This is Ryan Lesser, art director and lead artist on Guitar Hero.
And this is Matt Gilpin, lead character artist on Guitar Hero.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the backup band in Guitar Hero. So Matt did these drawings as well as the model.
So this is a singer. He's a little over 3,000 polys. He has a lot of polys in his face because he's going to be opening his mouth and singing. He eventually just became a basically metal singer.
Yeah, we wound up going with sort of the 80s Battle of the Bands kind of guys. They've all got the black tees and the gauntlets and the white Reebok high tops and stuff. Total throwback from our childhood. So this drawing was done by Jennifer Lesser. She was originally slated to be one of the guitarists, but we wound up not using that genre. She came back as a singer, which everyone really loved, especially once we saw the mocap on top of her. She looks really, really hot.
Yeah. She was fun to model.
Yeah, she's definitely got like a pretty rock and roll vibe. Headband, dreads, ripped up jeans. She's pretty good looking.
And a bassist.
Yeah, the bassist started out with no beard. We really loved him, but I wanted to throw a beard on him. I thought it made him look a little bit more hardcore. And then, so Matt built this character. So this guy's got, we got really lucky. His animation is just awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I think we got away with one animation from the whole game. This guy eventually wound up being everybody's favorite guy in the whole game, even more so than a lot of the guitarists. He's like an in-house favorite. Him and the keyboardist are way up there. Drummer was drawn by Matt and, of course, modeled by Matt. He did all the characters.
Yeah, he's just like beefy member of the band, like muscular.
Yeah, you can tell from the band that we were trying to exaggerate proportions on characters, which we obviously did in the Heroes as well. But you know, we wanted the sort of hot dog, tall, skinny bassist, and the hamburger, short, squat drummer guy. Headband is essential.
Yeah, headband and wristbands. Yeah, here's Larry, the keyboardist.
Yeah,
he's only in the band because he's the cousin of the drummer.
This guy is awesome.
Yeah.
If we had the time, we would have made him a Guitar Hero unlock where you could play guitar with him. He's just super awesome. So this is Judy Nails, the Alterna rocker. You can see some early versions of her there where she was a little bit more tame and a little bit more girly. And once we met up with Judita, our mocap actress, we kind of stole her look because she was a pretty good rocker. Judy Nails' moves are basically Judita's stage moves. She's in a band and she had a lot of really good moves just by herself, so we sort of threw the script away and let her do her own thing.
But I don't know, I just like her, she always works pretty well. Her mocap is awesome.
She's a good one to look at for crazy proportions because her arms are super long, and her fingers too. So this is Clive Winston, our classic rocker. He went through a lot of iterations, but in the end we wound up going with a sort of bell-bottomed classic rocker. Definitely a blend of a lot of old school rock and rollers, but kind of made him our own, gave our own slant to him. He's got a lot of the classic moves that people will find really familiar, like the windmill and the running in place and the freaking out on the floor. One of the guys here accidentally put Judy Nails' animation on him, so he's doing a little prance. But our system can handle that. We can put characters' motion on other characters really easily, which is super helpful.
And fun to watch.
Yeah. In-game, his moves are very slick and smooth, kind of psychedelic in a way.
And this was our...
He was supposed to be the rap rocker, and originally, I really loved those early drawings, but he wound up being too big for the game, and also people didn't respond to him as well as some of the people in-house did. So now our hip-hop rocker got turned into a modern rocker, and that's Xavier Stone. But it's interesting, all of his mocap was shot as if he was a gigantic big guy who was going to be kind of meaty and push his weight around and do a lot of stomps. When we switched him to more of a modern rock guy, the moves still worked because we made him a very fit, kind of heavily physiqued guy, so he works out well. Axel Steele is our resident metalhead. He started out as sort of a chubby, short, dwarfy guy, but as we developed the crazy proportions in the game, we decided to make him the biggest hulking guy, which is sort of like the big giant metalhead bullies in high school.
Kind of, I think I drew the sketch because it was like, I just remember when I was a kid, like when I was in junior high, there was a bunch of these guys running around.
Yeah, these are the guys that in high school had Rush and Led Zeppelin album covers painted on the backs of their jean jackets and went outside during gym and smoked, and his moves are very much reminiscent of death metal, black metal, and thrash metal guys that exist out there for the past 20 years. Here you can see old versions of Pandora, our new metal rocker. She used to have long hair in front of her face, but we found that to be kind of annoying. We wanted to see her emote. She's covering a lot of the goth new metal genres by having the cool latex and the darker colors, the face paint. Her hair has been giving us a lot of trouble in game, but just recently we started working on different physics models for her, and now her hair is really nice and liquidy. I like Pandora's proportions a lot because she's still kind of sexy, but she's got a kind of Nightmare Before Christmas kind of feel to her. Her legs are very straight and pointy, but still I think she's pretty foxy.
And she's one of the characters that like really came alive once she had a facial animation. For some reason, just really brought her out.
So this is the punk rocker Johnny Napalm. He went through lots of funny names and lots of funny shapes and sizes, but we eventually wound up with the long, lanky punk rocker, which we really love. He's actually starting to shape up as possibly the face of Guitar Hero. We were going to avoid the mohawk, but in the end we just kind of liked it the most, and so we went with it. His shirt is giving props to Rob Kay, our game designer. We made him a Brit rocker.
And he, I love the way he holds his guitar in the game. He has like kind of a hunched shoulder. It looks great.
This is what Daniel Sussman wants to be when he grows up.
Yes.
Here's the crazy hair metal guy. We wound up naming him Izzy Sparks, actually after Izzy here in the audio department at Harmonix. Of course, he looks nothing like Izzy.
Yeah.
But you can see he's got a good mix of sort of 80s hair metal and 70s glam rock. But he's got the classic hair metal face paint and the kind of long mullet, hairsprayed mullet. His moves are all really flamboyant, which I think is really fun. It's like watching a Poison concert.
He's one of the guys that, it's too bad his hair animation isn't playing. I think he has some of the best like hair animation in the game. It's simple. It's just kind of like waves around and bobs, but it works the best.
So this is the Grim Ripper, who was one of our craziest characters designed. We had lots of different designs for our super secret last unlock, and we wound up settling on the Grim Reaper. He originally was sort of toned down and all black cloaked, and then I did a pass on Matt's drawing and colored him up a bit to make him pop a little bit more on stage. The Ripper gives us a bunch of animation issues. We had to write a whole subsystem to keep his cloak on the floor because he's using regular mocap data with legs, so the bottom of his cloak kept pulling up and exposing just dead air. And he's takes in the tradition of a lot of older video games where the boss actually has a set of moves from all the other characters in the game. So he's sort of like a super character. He gets the coolest moves from all the other characters. So that's the band and the heroes from Guitar Hero. Hopefully that was fun for you guys to watch and informative, and thanks for playing the game.
Pretty boy, it's time to wake up. It's already after 10 o'clock. Pretty boy, put on shade. Don't be a back when the sweet's finally in. I'm dressing black and I'm feeling ashamed. It's time for me to to